Hello and welcome to Feast One's Eyes on Goodies. Addiesdive Dive Watch full review. This is the latest watch I'm going to review, and as you can see on the name here, Addiesdive, and it's come in quite a nice heavy duty plastic box. Just pop the lid open on this. So inside we have the watch, and that's all wrapped in plastic, so I'll get that out and have a look at that in a minute. Also got a user manual, pop that aside, and there's also in here a deep sea dive hunter. Oh, and it's got an individual number down on here as well, and just some information on the back. And then we've also got, they've sent a little push thing. Now this I guess will be for the bracelet, so it won't be screw pins in there, it'll be these push pins. But anyhow, we'll have a look at all of that in a few minutes. To size up the bracelet, I've taken out 4 of these links. Now these are in stainless steel, and as you can see just on the side here there's an arrow, and that's where you push the pins through. And I have to say, these are finished very, very nice. Now it's in like a brushed effect on it, but it's very, very easy to do this. The other thing is on the actual bracelet there's a little bit of micro adjust, and I did take that up to its second notch to make it fit my 7¼ inch wrist perfectly. This is the Addiesdive automatic diver's watch, and it's quite an attractive looking watch. I like that it's got all of this stainless steel around, and the bezel stainless steel, and the case is 316 stainless steel as well, and it's brushed and it's finished very, very nicely. The other very attractive part of this is the actual face of the watch. Now this is not a really bright white, but it is a white face, and it looks like cracked ice, and I think it just looks absolutely stunning. With this, what you've got is you've got this nice bezel that goes around the outside, and this has got 120 clicks to it, and it works really well. It's quite tight, and I'm just moving this around for you, and there's no play in this whatsoever. So again, from first impression on this, I'd say that this watch is well made. Now the other nice part about this is that the movement inside this is an NH35A, and again that for this watch is very, very good. I bought this watch from AliExpress, and I paid £55.60 for this watch, and that was including value added tax that we have to pay when it comes into the UK at 20%. The case on this watch, as I've mentioned, is stainless steel, but it's in a brushed effect. Now it's brushed on here, it's actually polished just underneath, so you can just see the difference between there's brushed and there's polished on it. So it does look very attractive. I also love the shape of this, and it's like an oval shape. You'll see where the crown is, it's got quite a strong crown guard, so you're not going to knock that around too much on it. The crown itself is quite nice because it's quite small, but it's also signed, so that is a good feature. Just turn it around this side so you can have a look. So I do like this case. The indices on this watch are baton shape, and just around the outside they're trimmed in silver, but in the centre there's some loom. Now that loom is quite a good loom on it, and it's one of these W9 looms with it, and I'll show you that a little bit later. You can see at the very top at the 12 o'clock you've got a double baton, and I think that kind of looks nice as well. And what they've done is on the 9 o'clock and the 6 o'clock down here is they've made those batons a little bit bigger. You'll also see over this side there's a date complication. Now that's framed, and it's framed in silver, and again I do like that. Now when you're looking at the hands of the watch, these are very long baton hands. They're trimmed in silver on the outside, but again have got the same BG W9 lume with it, and it is quite a bright lume. You'll just see around the outside of the watch there's a little track, and that is for the second hand. And the second hand on here is in silver, but interestingly it goes down into almost like an arrowhead shape, but there's a little red pip and then there's a lume pip on the end as well. The water resistance of this Addiesdive watch is 200 meters. The glass in the watch is a sapphire glass, and it's a flat glass on this, and it's also been treated with some anti-glare coating. To set the time on this Addiesdive watch, you first of all have to unscrew the crown, and because this is a screw down crown because it's going to be waterproof, so you have to unscrew it. And I'm turning this anti-clockwise first, and it just kind of clicks out. Then you can just pull this out, and if you just go to its first click, there's the wind on it. And it's quite a quiet wind to this, so you can wind this although it's an automatic watch. If you pull it out just that little bit further, now what you can do is you can set the time with this, and again it moves around nice and smoothly, and no back play to this. Just pop that up to the 12, and all you're having to do again, push this back in, but don't forget, once you push this back in, screw this all the way in, keep turning it until it's screwed right the way up and it's nice and tight, so it's waterproof. If you don't do this, you might have a few problems. To set the date on this Addiesdive watch, pull the crown out to its second click and then turn it anti-clockwise, and you can just see the date dropping into the window there. And it does drop in, and it lines up beautifully each time you do this. Once you've set your date, don't forget to push this all the way back in, screw the crown back down. The size of the watch is, just the bezel alone is 41.5 mil. If you take the case into account, that's all the way across here, it goes up to 44 mil. From lug to lug, it's 46.5 mil. Turning the watch onto the side and just having a look at the thickness of the watch, it's 4.5 mil. The crown of the watch is 6.25 mil, and the bracelet from the top up here is 20 mil, and it tapers down to 18 mil just at the bottom. Now, I've taken a pin out of the bracelet so you can have a look at the back of the watch, and it is quite an interesting back of a watch. Now first of all, you've got a screw down case on here, and you can see that it's been nicely polished around the outside. Got solid end links down on here, but the really interesting part is this. Now what you've got on there is an engraved logo, and you can see 3 stars at the top, and then what you've got is you've got these water spear guns, and you've got 2 of those kind of crossed over, and there on the back of a watch makes it look really nice. The bracelet on this watch is in stainless steel, and it's brushed, but it's brushed very, very nicely. You can see at the top here you've got solid end links, and between the lugs on the side there, it does fit in very, very good. It's quite smooth. As we just take it down here, I'll take it down to where the buckle is. What you've got on here is a little safety clasp. I'll just undo that for you. Now you can see there's no name or logo printed onto this. 2 little push buttons on the side here that open this up, and again you can just see there's a brushed effect on the inside of this. Just close this over, pop it down, and just have a look at the side of this. And again, it's a nice bracelet that goes well with the watch. I've just put the Addiesdive watch onto my 7¼ inch wrist, and oh boy, does this look nice. I think this is quite a dressy looking dive watch. It looks quite smart. Now, I won't be doing any of these things of putting this under the cuff because obviously as a dive watch and a swim watch, this is what it's made for. But I think even going out with this watch, it does look quite smart. So I'm quite impressed with that. To sum up my review of the Addiesdive watch, well, it's a really attractive looking watch. I would be quite confident to wear this out on special occasions as well because it does look nice. Can I recommend it? Well, for the price and for the quality, yes, definitely. Thank you so much for watching this review. Please remember I'll be doing lots of other reviews on other interesting watches and other interesting items in the near future. It would also help my channel immensely if you liked and subscribed. Thank you and goodbye.
Please like and subscribe. Thank you.